Wir befinden uns jetzt hier bei perfecthair.ch. Perfecthair.ch ist der grösste Online-Shop für professionelle Beauty- und Marken-Haarprodukte. Es sind über 5000 Produkte von über 70 Lieferanten. Man kann die einerseits online bestellen im Internet unter perfecthair.ch. Heute bestellt, morgen auspacken. Andererseits kann man sie kaufen in unseren 2 Läden. Einer davon ist in Winterthur, der andere hier in Zürich an der Mühlegasse. Perfecthair.ch macht mit der Miss Earth Schweiz Wahl mit, weil wir denken, das ist eine gute Geschichte. Beauty with a Cause. Wir glauben daran, dass eine Miss nicht nur einfach gut aussehen muss, sondern auch ein Statement haben, also auch eine Botschaft haben.
Bäckerei Kleiner aus Zürich, Partner von der Miss Earth Schweiz Organisation. Wir stellen täglich 11 Mal in Zürich frische Backwaren her und legen ganz viel mehr drauf legen, wie die Miss Earth auf Nachhaltigkeit. Sprich, wir verfolgen in Sachen Rohstoff ganz strenge Richtlinien verfolgen. Das gibt mehr Genuss und mehr Freude mit unseren Backwaren. Geniessen Sie es!
Also sicher mal jede Kandidatin, die durch das Final Casting durchgekommen ist, wird mal mit einer Grundausstattung, einem Make-up-Set von Revlon ausgestattet, damit sie sich auch ein bisschen mit den Produkten auseinandersetzen und vertraut wird. Und on top dann die Gewinnerin vom Wettbewerb selber gewinnt, wie in den vergangenen Jahren auch schon, ein professionelles Fotoshooting.
Are you having a good time?
Yes! What are the most important things we're going to think of?
Eye contact, have fun, and shake your butts off.
We do foxtrot.
I dance the rumba, merengue,
and we love doing it.
Some of you will be bronze, some of you will be silver, some of you will be gold. But your dancing is going to be incredible no matter what ribbon you get.
That's it. Oh my God.
Tango, music please.
Boys, let's go.
Tango.
Life is a dance. And the wonderful thing about this ballroom dancing is that it brings out the best in you.
It's a beautiful thing behind all of this. It's not just about the steps. Pierre Dulain said to me one day, dancing is not about the steps. It's about what is between the steps. That is dancing. The man.
Antonio Mio.
Take the Lead came about because of this wonderful, wonderful lady, Diane Nabatoff, who is my little angel, actually, if I may say. She happened to be watching television, flipping channels apparently, as many people do, on a Sunday morning.
I didn't even see the whole thing, but I saw this man in a suit standing there with these public school kids trying to teach them how to ballroom dance. And I was just amazed by it. I couldn't Clearly, they thought he was uncool, unhip, and had no interest in ballroom dancing, but his passion and his personality were so contagious that you knew he was going to get them invested.
And that is the rumba. She tracked me down a few weeks, months later, and she said, has anyone asked you to do something with your program yet? I said, well, no.
When I first got Pierre's Rights, I got a call from one studio, and they said, we want to buy it, we want to make it, but there's only one thing. We want to change him to a 20-year-old girl. I was like, I don't think so.
Men's question would be, may I have this dance, please?
One day I had a meeting with Diane Nabatoff and Michelle Grace, and they brought me the idea. And it was really intriguing because we have seen all kinds of various mentor movies, but this was, I felt, a bit of a different paradigm.
Everybody, men left, lady right, s'il vous plaît.
The writer, Diane Houston, visited me in New York for about 10 days. I took her to various schools, Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, and Staten Island even.
What's on the floor? You've got to have your head up.
She got my number straight away.
Pierre is 100% pure devotion. An extremely gifted child. He gets the same amount of love and attention as a kid who's struggling, because Pierre's heart seeks out other hearts.
What does s'il vous plaît mean? S'il vous plaît. It's French, Bianca. What does it mean? What does por favor mean? Please. You got the answer. S'il vous plaît, ladies and gentlemen, rock towards me. Go.
I'm a person of many places. Actually, I was born in the Middle East. My father was from the northern part of Ireland. They were Protestant. My mother was French and Catholic, and so they met in Palestine. I was in French schools always, had to speak English only at home and Arabic on the street. Dancing in my world then, until I was 12 years old, 13 years old, was belly dancing. You know, when women danced belly dancing in the Middle East. European dancing I had not heard of. I was brought up with Middle Eastern music, which is really wonderful, wonderful. Can you do this? So I grew up in Jordan, then in Lebanon, then the Suez Canal crisis flare up in Egypt, and so we come back to England. We lived in Birmingham in England, and that's where I took up ballroom dancing when I was 14 years old. There was this dance studio that the kids went to at the top of my street where we lived. So I went there and got myself a job, and it enabled me to continue dancing, which is really where my soul was. I was shy, very, very shy, and timid, spoke with an accent, and I was made fun of. So, but ballroom dancing really made me learn to stand up. My dance teacher had a dance competition at the local ballroom in the area. I went to that competition and saw these wonderful dancers in tailcoats and ball gowns, and that's how it just opened up my eyes. It was no good, have to remember. My dance teacher said, it's the waltz. Can't you hear it? It's 1, 2, 1, 2. I didn't understand what 1, 2 was. She had such a bad way of explaining it. So from those moments, two things came up. I knew something stirred inside of me, and I wanted to become a champion. Secondly, I vowed that I would become a great teacher. After having gone to London from Birmingham, I competed in the Duel of the Giants, and we won. I was then the youngest champion ever to have done such a big thing, live on television at the Royal Albert Hall. That was very, very, very exciting. In 1970, I took a gig on some cruise ships to South Africa, the Caribbean and Mediterranean, dancing and teaching. After 6 months, I got fed up of it, so I got off the ship. Got off the ship in New York. So I really came to the States at the end of 1971, and I've been there since. I never went back. So many things happen in life for reasons, and one comes to a certain age that you feel you want to give something back. I had performed all over the world with my partners and with a dance company, that I decided, well, let me at least do something. What can I do to help other people? I can only do dance. That's all I know to do really well. I was a performer, I know I'm a teacher, and dancing did a lot for me. Let me do it in some public schools.
Would you come to the middle, please, and show us the promenade step? Hold your partner, thank you. Promenade, we go. Slow, slow, step together, slow. I don't believe it. Excellent, excellent.
So I volunteered myself in a school in Manhattan to teach ballroom dancing.
It took him years to get into the first school. Everybody was against it. The principals, the teachers, the parents, and certainly the kids. This was not something they wanted to learn how to do.
In some cases, some principals would say, I would have beating with the teachers, this is too elitist.
But he just persevered. And now it's a program in all the schools. There's an annual competition, and they're incredible. These kids get all dressed up. It's now kids from all different schools, and I would imagine in time that there will be competitions around the country, maybe around the world.
Parents, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last chance. This could be the make it or break it dance for the winning teams today. This is the foxtrot. Smooth. Music, please.
5, 6, ready, begin.
Coming to the end, ladies and gentlemen, what color? And take a bow. Thank you. Go back to your places, please.
Youngsters today know how to move to music, but they don't really know how to dance. And I also wanted to provide them with an experience that would teach them how to behave socially and how to really carry themselves with grace and style, and to really learn how to adjust themselves in the real life world.
How does somebody introduce themselves when they meet a new person? Pierre Dulaine. What's your name?
Kritzy Roberts.
Kritzy Roberts, very good. But now, don't look away. I'm talking to you.
Okay.
So you've got to look at each other's eyes. If you want to go forward in life, you meet other people and you talk to them to their eyes. And not, my name is Pierre. Or it's teaching them life skills that they will have for later on in life. 5, 6, please begin. Slow, slow, boom, boom, slow, slow, again. And I believe if you can dance together, you can also live together, because there is a cooperation with each other. If I go forward on my left foot, the lady has to go on the right leg back, but we must do it at the same moment.
Oh.
This is an age when youngsters are not quite sure about who they are and what they're all about, and this makes them and made them feel good about themselves.
Slow, slow, let it goes under, on the footprint, slow. Back again, 1. Hallelujah!
Well, what's remarkable is that these are students, for the most part, who have never danced. As you can see, they are either first generation, I think maybe a few second generation, or immigrants themselves, many from East Asia and South Asia, so this is not part of their cultural upbringing. And so to see them doing this in a social situation, to be grown up, and they love it. They absolutely love it. They may never do it again, but it's an experience that they will never, ever forget.
We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, start again. 1, 2.
What my program is all about is that it is part of the school curriculum. It is not an elective program. It is not an after-school program. So it is open to every child.
Just imagine, he walks in and he pairs the kids up by height. So a Latin kid's dancing with an African American kid. Kids who wouldn't talk to each other in the cafeteria have to hold each other, touch each other, respect each other. It's horrifying to them in the beginning. And yet, when you're dancing, you can't be angry, you can't be depressed, you can't be hostile. It's like taking a happy pill.
We go 1, 2, shake it!
Listen up, everybody. This is Mr. Dulane.
Our teenager kids that we have for the movie Take the Lead, they have learned the same things during my work with them.
You will do whatever Mr. Dulane says.
A real Pierre Dulane simply wanted to do something, simply wanted to kind of give back, and simply knew this would be good. And in the end, he ended up getting a tremendous amount out of it, but that was not the motivation.
We're learning ballroom from this guy, Pierre Dulane, right? We don't know who the heck Pierre Dulane is.
You know, it's that with the arm back with you. Pum, pum, gives you a nice line.
And then you start realizing, oh, this movie, the guy, character's name is Pierre Dulane. You start figuring out, look up his name on the internet, you start going, Pierre Dulane.
We had no idea that this man has done what he has done in his career.
Jordan of ballroom dancing.
Hesitation, twirl the lady, and bring them back again. Okay?
As soon as I met him, I was just amazed at what a beautiful aura he had. His energy is amazing.
All the girls get a little, like, melty when we think about Pierre.
It's like, you know, his thing is, like, he put more than just lessons into it. Like, he put his heart into it.
Rumba is a square. Side together, step, side together, step. After the box step, we're gonna get the rectangle. 1, travel 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, box. 1, 2, 3, men raise the arm, 6.
He exudes class and everything that a real man should be. You know, the way he carries himself. Like, I thought it was just dance. You know, you walk in the room with a certain posture, and he always says certain je ne sais quoi. But I see him on the street, and he walks with that same class and je ne sais quoi.
I feel like I learned so much about, this is going to sound stupid, about life from him, just about etiquette and the proper way to handle myself and to act like a lady. Like, I don't know, he just totally, he really, really left an impression on all of us.
The judges have had a really difficult time, but now it's in the hands of Miss Yvonne and Miss Susie to tabulate those numbers and get them together.
Pierre Dulane is a good person in the best way of the word. And that is so rare to find in our days. But at the same time, he got the impulse and he took an action. He just didn't step back and say, well, this is the way I understand the world, so I'm going to keep it for myself. No, he want to share that. And share is such an important word also in our days, that the reward comes at the end. And it doesn't come to you, it comes to the other, when you see that the other people respond to what you are doing. That, I guess, is priceless.
All right, all right. The scores are in.
I have the results. Ladies and gentlemen, PS 257. The blue team.
I really have been blessed all my life. I've done everything in my life. I've earned my money doing something I love to do. What dance has given me is the pleasure of sharing it with other people.
Give them all a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations.
I come from a very blue-collar, urban upbringing. You only know your block. You only really know your neighborhood. But it's like dancing, like the arts. It's like you get cultured in a different way. Your world opens up.
These are students, they're not necessarily best friends, but they understand how to respect one another through this program. They dance with each other politely, respectfully. That's really the magic of the Dancing Classroom program, not so much the steps. It's about etiquette, it's about civility, it's about learning how to be with the opposite sex in a way that's respectful. And that kind of encouragement and teamwork paid off today, right?
I want for children to have this respect for each other so that can open doors for them in life.
Pierre's program provides two things that are opposite and of equal importance. It provides an anchor and it provides wings, and kids need both.
The vehicle we're using are slow, slow, quick, quick, from ballroom dancing. But what that gives you in your body language and how you shake hands, how you meet people, when you speak to somebody, look at them in the eye. You have the confidence of looking in the eye and not be like I was when I had my eyes down and very, very timid with my accent. Now, it doesn't really matter whether I have an accent or not.
Heute Abend um 20 Uhr zeigen wir den deutschen Heimatfilm Sein bester Freund. Die große Leidenschaft der beiden Freunde Peter und Andal ist der Alpinismus. Die zwei wollen die berühmte Eiger Nordwand besteigen. Doch die junge Clarissa kann Peter von diesem gefährlichen Vorhaben abbringen. Und so macht sich Andal allein an das Abenteuer. Als er jedoch Probleme beim Aufstieg hat, kommt ihm sein Freund Peter zur Hilfe. Die beiden Bergsteiger geraten jedoch in einen Sturm und Andal verletzt sich tödlich. Unterdessen wird eine Rettungsmannschaft ausgesandt. Allen voran ist Peters Rivale Marius, der vorgibt, dass auch Peter tot sei. Dies tut er, um seinen Konkurrenten loszuwerden. In letzter Sekunde fliegt der Schwindel jedoch auf und Peter kann gerettet werden. Um 23 Uhr zeigen wir die Free-TV-Premiere Without Man mit Eva Longoria in der Hauptrolle. Das Leben einer lateinamerikanischen Dorfgemeinschaft verändert sich, als ihre Männer für den Bürgerkrieg rekrutiert werden. Plötzlich sind die Frauen auf sich alleine gestellt. Angeführt von Rosalba schaffen es die Frauen jedoch schnell, sich mit ihrer neuen Rolle zu engagieren und übernehmen mit der Zeit auch diejenigen Aufgaben, die früher ihre Männer erledigt haben. Und so gewöhnen sich die Frauen an ein Leben ohne ihre Männer. Als diese jedoch vom Krieg zurückkehren und ihre alten Machtpositionen wieder einnehmen wollen, kommt es zum Konflikt.